Today on our weekly sketch series, we are going to do a fast and adorable little bug reading a book. Let's dive in. The only thing I'm going to be using is just a cheap mechanical pencil, a also cheap $2.50 disposable fountain pen, and a water brush. This is inspired by a whole new course I'm developing, and I was just doing these for my new class, but these are all made with just these same supplies, and I was like, oh, this would be so fun. Let's do one for YouTube as well. And it's going to start with 3 circles. So I'm just going to sketch this out in pencil first. I would love it if you followed along with me. Here's his little head. I'm working with some references because in order to learn to draw what you see, you need to see stuff. So this is not an original design. I have 2 circle eyes on either side. All right, this is going to be a little bug reading a book. And for the book, we're going to come up into the circle a little bit. And we are going to do a rectangle, a skinny rectangle. I hope you'll draw along with me today. It's more fun when we all draw together. So there's the spine of the book. And then we have, I'm going to drop it down just a little bit so that it's the book top is about even with the bottom of the face. And we can go here and here. So up angle, up angle on this side too, and up angle as well. This is giving me a bit of a Kermit the Frog vibes. And then we have some pages. I'm just going to do 1, 2 pages on this side and 1, 2 pages on this side, which is just straight lines, really. And then we're going to drop 2 little lines down, boop, boop, so that it looks like pages. It's already so cute. Those eyes I might have gone a little big on the eyes. I'm gonna have them looking away from each other because it's just fun. And we can put some big whimsical antenna on top. Don't overthink it. It's just super fun. Okay, now underneath the book, we're going to have 2 legs dangling down. Now we're going to be dangling over some books, so just 2 lines down. And then it's funny when he's wearing shoes. So 2 lines down here as well. And then also little bug shoes as well. And if you like drawing bugs, I totally forgot. I just published a whole book on bugs, wee-wing things, plus a little couple furry friends and some fairies as well for some good action. A little shameless plug there. Okay, so now let's draw the stack of books that this guy is sitting on. So we are going to do a horizontal lines here on either side. Okay, boop. So for our top book, so we need to do a parallel on either side. Oh, my cat is knocking at the door to come in. Gotta get that. And now we have the book has, you know, a thickness. So, or not a thickness rather, but we have a little bit of a little perspective here. So we're just gonna do it slightly tilted up and up on this side. And then we're going to come in as if that was the pages. And then we're going to connect the tip of this book. And we're going to make another parallel line. So 1, 2, 3 parallel lines on either side. And then they meet up here. So the back corner is behind our little bug guy. Oh, he almost forgot his big smile. He's so happy to be reading his book. And he's just got a wee little nose like that. So now we're just making a stack of books. So we can have them, the references I have 2, and like one shows them, these are more or less even, and then this one is all like scraggly. I kind of like the scraggly one a little bit better, although I chose just a remnant piece of paper, so I'm kind of running out of room. So I'm going to go this way with my books. I'm going to kind of come out here, and this second one is going to be fat. So again, we have a little curved line, and then we just make these parallel lines. And I'm going to make mine kind of going in like this. And then, oh, this one's going to go off the page. Oh, well, bye. Bye, book. Whoops. Bye, book. Off the page we go. And it can't end there because then it'll look really fat but also short. So this one's just going to have to go all the way off the end. And these are the pages. And then let's see, I'll make another one. Let's see, even go further this way and super skinny. It looks fun when they're all a little bit different. And this one. There's this one. And it can end like that. And then let's see, we could have one back here. Maybe that's like a different thickness. I'm trying to make, why is this so hard to make them all different? Now, what mistake I realized I'm making is this top one, I don't think we need so much perspective on this, because if we're looking straight on it, and these should all be parallel, so it doesn't make sense that this one is canted up and then these are straight. So I'm going to correct this angle so that it also is straight, and then we just won't really see, we'll see just a hair of the top of that book, but I don't want to get caught up in the weeds of perspective on this lesson. So I'm just going to go make these all as if they are eye level. So there is no perspective, just like the tiniest bit of a peak at the top of that. What I love about doing the ink and the water too is that like all your mistakes and everything just get like washed together, and it always looks so good. We can add some little book accents, shall we say, here, here, and here. Maybe there's some lines here, right, and here. Awesome possum. All right, let's do some more. Let's see, maybe there's another one. There's another Big Daddy. I don't know why I said Big Daddy. And that's the book end. And then you're seeing, again, the pages inside. And then maybe last but not least, bug on a book stack. That's what this is. We have this, and we can have another one. I just want his legs to be dangling because that makes it look so funny. Book, book, book. And then maybe one more. So we go off like this. And give our book a little bit of, you know, a little title here. Okay, so now we have our book pages, and they're all going to be a little bit different. Got rid of any perspective at the top, and now once we have this finalized, we can I'm going to put it on a table as well. We can add our ink, and then we just add our water, and the effect is so cute. I think I made his eyes way too big, but as I always like to tell my students, too late now. It's the literal story of my life. All right, so I'm going to do nice and loose. So I'm going to do a few rings around this guy. Whee! Oh. So you don't have to use a fountain pen for this. You can use any pen that you have that is water soluble. So get a piece of paper out, get a piece of watercolor paper out. I'm working on hot press. Okay, and just do a little test, do a little scribble, and then run some water over it. If it smears, you can use it for today. Okay, so felt tip pens have water-soluble ink in them. A lot of gel pens, but not all gel pens. You have to test. When in doubt, test it out. And now we're just going to trace our wonky lines. You can scribble, scrabble them. And it just kind of adds to the cuteness of them. Whoop, whoop. Got its little legs and shoes. I can't even. They're so cute. What else I'm going to do? I'm going to add some shoelaces because I think that would be very funny. And then we can start outlining these books. And again, I'm going to kind of get rid of that perspective. And I'm using very scritchy, scratchy lines because actually the more ink you lay down, then the more it looks cool when you activate it with the water. This is where it gets exciting. So we have our little book bag, a big stack of books, and now all we have to do is add water. And we just need to use our water brush is going to be the vehicle in which we steer this in the right direction. So what does that mean? Well, so for like his face, I'm purposefully running my brush over the ink lines. And then I'm like steering it inside of the book. But I'm going to put some around the eyes here and here. Not all the way through them. I want to keep the whites of them, but I do like having a little bit of a shadow as it makes. Oh, I just realized I forgot to erase my lines. Oh well, too late now. And so this is where it turns from a drawing into a painting. Just adding a little bit of water. Layer 2, and this is the part where we can also get a little extra. Woo! Like my pen just kicked in. It was like, oh, you need me? Okay. I'm like, meanwhile, hello, you should have been here the whole time. I'm gonna add some little bonus lines here and go over our antennae. But this is great. A lot of times when you add a lot of water, your lines sort of get lost. So let's see, what should we write? Write some little scripties on here. So I do like to re-outline. Bring back any lines that have been washed away, especially like the edges of the books. And then you have a choice if you want to reactivate those lines and make them stand out a little bit, you can, but you don't have to. back and add more water to any of these, you totally can. Or you can leave that second coat just as it is. There's no wrong way to water your drawings. It's entirely up to you. But if you've never tried adding water to your water-soluble drawings, I encourage you to give it a shot. It's really, it's just a fun thing to play with. If you would like more fun drawings to keep you cool and occupied during this god-awful hot summer that we're having, click the playlist on your screen right now to catch up on all the other ones we've had in this series for this year. Thanks so much for watching.